It's also frightening to conceive of death as an uncontrollable, unavoidable force, as in Final Destination, where no matter what you do or how you try to avoid it. Imagine, if you want to know what some people found on the local beach, take your snacks and get ready to watch what we have brought to you. Number 1. Pennhurst. Pennhurst does not come without its ghost stories. Pennhurst is said to be so haunting that ghost hunting on the grounds of the ancient Asylum has become a thriving industry, in addition to supervising Pennhurst's repair work and running the Pennhurst Asylum frightening attraction. Even during Halloween season, many shadows appear and vanish at will. These shadows include a young female child with long black hair, a stooped-over presence with long dangling arms, and the top half of people peeking over or behind barriers. There was no one nearby when the doors and rocking chair moved. Detective got hit from behind hard enough on the stairwell to create a deep red bruise on the small of his back. Detective was wounded on the arm by an unknown object while they were not near anything or any walls. Items being pushed in the basement include a pry bar, a brass fixture, and several other unidentifiable items. Pennhurst terrified me half to death at night. It sounds like someone strolling when the wind blows across the buildings. Number 2. Hillview Manor. Hillview Manor is a crumbling skeleton of what it once was, with halls previously filled with individuals indeed now vacant, leaving only obsolete checkerboard carpeting and flaking paint, and the only occupants remaining in the building are restless spirits, who are oblivious of the facility's closing. Some of the most popular paranormal academic researchers have explored the Hillview Manor, include Travel Channel's Ghost Hunters crew, and Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunters. Many patients of the manor lived practically their entire lives there, and many did not have any family. Mary Virginia, a cerebral palsy patient and resident of the house, was one of these residents. She spent much of her time doing dress-up and consuming music, and her room is still set up in the same way she had it when she became a member in the mansion, replete with games, dolls, makeup, outfits, jewelry, and a music player. With such a building that has witnessed a few thousand deaths, there are far too many stories and claims to post about. If you'd like to learn more about the many noteworthy ghosts that horrify the location, you can book a guided tour of the building, or if you're feeling particularly brave, you can schedule an evening and conduct your own ghost quests. Number 3. King George Inn II. It was at this period when Bristol's King George Inn II first opened its doors. The hotel that hosted George Washington, John Adams, and James Madison is still in operation today, the founding fathers and later U.S. presidents. Unfortunately, the ghosts of these historical personalities have not departed. However, a mystery man in a top hat did. Some claim to have seen a dark, well-dressed man in a top hat roaming around. Paintings were believed to fall from the walls at random, while doors and windows were said to open and close on their own. The widespread story surrounding the historic building at Radcliffe and Mill Streets is that a full-bodied ghost of a man dressed in a top hat and other 1800s styles can be seen. He has earned the moniker Dancing Ghost, and while sightings of him have been recorded over the years, the present owners of the restaurant have not seen him. Number 4. MISHLER Theater. This theater is still available to people who enjoy nothing more than a good old-fashioned theatrical performance. Isaac MISHLER, who was well liked by the Altoona people, owned the theater. MISHLER was well known for his habit of smoking cigars on a regular basis. This could explain the sporadic instances of smoke rising upwards in odd locations, plus the smell of cigars. It may be the spirit of MISHLER himself smoking a cigar while watching another performance in one of his favorite places on the planet. Some claim to have seen MISHLER's spirit walk into a wall. It was reported that his office door was formerly there, but has since been blocked off. MISHLER's spirit was watching him work from the ceiling above. During another encounter, McConnell was hit in the face with water when there was nothing nearby that might have accomplished so. Number 5. HANSELL Road. HANSELL Road is located near Doylestown, just west of the Delaware River. Strange, generally colorful lights would arise in and among the trees, floating towards the automobiles, and then away before fading. Those who witnessed the lights realized there was no explanation. There were no lightning bugs, spotlights, swamp gas, or other natural occurrences. It was a smooth and silky moving light that changed color and had its own mind. The lights are said to be of the souls of children who were slaughtered for stealing by an evil owner. This area of Pennsylvania may appear tranquil and serene. However, it may appear to be an odd quiet rather than anything else. Number 6. Hessian Powder Magazine. The Hessians settled themselves along the Delaware River's banks, with most of them holed up just across the river in Trenton, New Jersey. However, the Hessians had found their way into Pennsylvania and established Camp Carlisle. The Hessian stone building still currently stands, but it is not without hauntings. During the day and night, several visitors have reported hearing moans, groans, and tinkling noises. A groundsman remembered relating a story about doors that were normally accessible but were strangely locked. Given that he is the only one with the keys, this was most likely the work of some Hessian troops who continued to patrol the premises, albeit in spirit. Number 7. Centralia. Centralia, Pennsylvania, was a thriving coal mining town with a population of over 1,000 people about 60 years ago. Nowadays, the former town is a burning wasteland of overgrown streets, fractured pavement, and burnt trees, with hazardous gas streamers spewing into the air from hundreds of ground fissures. In 1962, a fire extended from a landfill to the labyrinth of coal mines beneath the town, basically igniting a huge underground inferno that is still raging, nearly undetectable from the surface. Experts estimate that the strange fire will continue to burn for another 250 years, perhaps longer. If you're traveling by, you might want to maintain a safe distance from the smoke. Number 8. COULTERVILLE Cemetery. Cemeteries have always represented peace and quiet, a place where we might come and speak with our departed loved ones. However, according to locals and visitors, some of COULTERVILLE's cemeteries aren't always so peaceful, haunted by the often tragic past. Cemeteries are more like ghosts and supernatural activities. The COULTERVILLE Cemetery in McNeesport is one such interesting graveyard. If you're not frightened to visit a graveyard at night, you might want to check out this one. Outside, you'll most certainly hear children laughing, playing, and having a fantastic time. However, there is a horrible tragedy behind this one. An orphanage burned to the ground near the cemetery, killing scores of young children. Some have claimed to see shadowy forms of youngsters running around, while others have spotted child-sized paw prints on their automobiles. Also, don't be startled if a child appears out of nowhere in your rearview mirror as you leave the cemetery. Number 9. Eastern State Penitentiary. Eastern State Penitentiary's imposingly huge doors first opened 190 years ago. It was the most costly and ornate public edifice of its day when it was built. Art exhibitions, film productions, and even a wedding have taken place there. It was not always the case. The prison grounds have withstood years of neglect and renovation efforts during the last eerie century. Behind some walls, there is as much history as there is horror. The majority of the cells in this institution were seclusion cells. Those trapped in the small, gloomy cells were frequently driven insane. Over the course of the prison's existence, more than 70,000 convicts were housed there. There had also been reports of prisoners being tortured and abused. Aside from being held in isolation for roughly 24 hours a day, guards would frequently splash cold water on the detainees and tie them up to walls during the winter. Visitors to the old jail may hear terrible screams, and perhaps the hauntings of captives who spent their days in what may have been the nearest approximation to hell on earth. Number 10. Gettysburg. On any October night, you'll see guides in period clothing escorting herds of uncomfortable visitors from one ghastly side to the next, lamps held high. Gettysburg, considered one of the most ghostly locales in the country, if not the world, has fostered a thriving ghost tour industry. Devil's Lair is one of the town's most feared locations. 2,500 men were killed during the brutal combat there. You may also come across skeletal bones because some bodies were never buried. Another option is the Jenny Wade house. It was there that Jenny Wade could still be kneading bread in the hereafter. She was slain when a stray gunshot struck her while she was doing what she did best. If you wish to see some army ghosts, end the night by visiting the Sachs-covered bridge, provided there is a tour going on, else it is unavailable. That pretty much wraps up this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Which discovery on the most haunted places in Pennsylvania shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button if you enjoy watching our content. We'll upload some pretty awesome stuff here which you will most certainly enjoy. Hit a like on this video and leave a comment below. See you guys in the next one.